morning. It is Monday morning and I'm back again after a little bit of a, well, I don't even think you're going to see a hiatus, frankly, because I'm so far behind still and I have to get video editing done still. It's the ongoing struggle. Last week was more of a rest period for myself. I needed to physically relax and mentally and all of that relaxing. So the only thing I really did last week was some sewing. Once I'm done the sewing project, I'll show you it. But it's a longer ongoing piece. Having said that, today my focus is, I actually wrote down stuff today. I'm so proud. Yesterday I spent some time and I did some planning, which is actually really simplistic planning. Very, very simplistic. But I find that writing it down helps, and like blocking it out into time chunks. So basically my week is going to be filled with a triad of sewing, figuring out what books I'm going to be working on for the next few months, and then what's the other one? Hold on here. I guess part of it is going to be book related stuff, other book related stuff, or artwork. Theoretically, the three should be writing, sewing, art. And art encompasses comics as well. So there you go. Although sewing, technically it's fabric art, so technically just two things, but that's a little too broad because I'm working on two different projects, two art related projects, and then writing / editing. Oh no, 4. Because I'm doing writing and editing. So like two things there. So 2 writing related things, 2 art related things. There you go. Simple as that. Yeah. But before I do that, I really need to work on getting this video edited. So that'll be my mornings. So I will talk to you in a bit. Okay. I was debating recording right now as I'm getting off of work, but then I realized I kind of want to, because I like recording my thoughts as I drive. So first thing I need to do is I need to go to the library and take back books. It's Monday, it's after work, but I have distinct plans. Like I have my night planned out to like pretty much by the hour. So I think my vlogs are gonna look a little bit different right now because I am incorporating the stuffies, like the plush animals into my business model now. I am thinking about it more thoughtfully too, and I am brainstorming ways that I can have things more cohesive together, like more build on each other rather than being completely separate entities. I'd like to do things. I'd like to expand into more things like artwork based on some of my dad's stories, like the plushies I've already wanted to have as part of like based on my dad's books anyway, and on my own ideas of stuff. So I want to incorporate that as well, which will make for a more cohesive storefront as well, because everything is going to kind of tie into each other. with the dragons being their own thing. Dragons will just be dragons. Dragons be dragons, man. But having everything have their own place in the store and complementing each other. Like, I would love to have, with each book that you buy from me direct, you'll get a free like art plate or something like that. I can do the artwork, so it'd be nice to be able to design some art that goes along with the book. Like maybe like a drawing of some significant scenes in the stories. I would love to do that. I just need to start sketching out ideas, but I think that'd be really, really cool to like add in. And then maybe have or even like a stuffed animal. Like, for example, one book, goblins feature heavily in it, and I definitely want to make some stuffed goblins. So once I get the right goblin design, then I would love to have like special editions of the book that come with like a little plush goblin. I think that'd be a lot of fun to add in and give like something that not everybody can offer. So, or like a super deluxe version that has a hand-drawn illustration from the book and a goblin and the book, and a special edition hardcover edition of the book as a box set. I think that'd be so cool to do. As I say it now, I just my mind just expands with all these ideas and things that only I can offer. And I am thrilled by this. I love this idea so much. I'm excited to do it. And just kind of like, it feels very right. So, yeah. But before I do that, one step at a time, which is why I think this vlog is going to be is different from a lot of other ones, because I hear people talk. I hear about certain artists talking about what they're doing, and they'll mention that they do other things as well. But for me, it's more everything kind of features prominently, so you can kind of expect all of this from me. You can expect the book editing, which is going to be featuring more heavily now. You can expect more comic work, which I'm going to be working on this week, because I want to try and I want to at least touch on it this week so I can try and get the website ready to go for next week. I basically have a week, and I should have been working on it earlier, but now I just need to get the website ready to go so that I can release it on time. Because I want to release on October 1st, and I have not done anything to get ready for it. I mean, I did some slight things in the previous, but not enough. So now I have to really. That needs to be my main focus. And I'm going to have some extra time this week, but I also have some house cleaning to do, which is what I was talking about earlier. I was focusing on house cleaning, and I really need to get that done, to the point where I took a personal day so that I can try and get my house in order. And it's just going to be, what it means now is that with that extra day, I can actually take this week and do a little bit at a time to try and make sure that I get it going, so that when I have the days off, I can just be pulling things out and putting things back, or sorting through things and putting things back. With this extra day off, it means I can actually take things to recycling, to donations, that sort of thing, to the dump if need be. I can just haul things away that need to be hauled away. So that is something to look forward to. And yeah, but in the meantime, so I don't know. But that's pretty much all I have to say for tonight. I will. Tonight I'm gonna be doing some more cutting out of dragons, of small dragons, and seeing what I already have cut out. And I'd like to make one dragon tonight. Plus, I have, what else is I gonna do tonight? Cut, sew, and I was gonna choose what I'm gonna try and focus on, what books I'm gonna edit and what book I'm gonna write, because I wanted to get some writing done. But I don't know if that's, I already picked out what I was gonna do this morning, and as a result, because I did that this morning, now I can actually focus on what I need to get, a list of what I need to get done with the website, because that needs to be my focus. Because at the moment I don't know that the website properly displays right now, because I updated it to Chucky for webcomics, and I don't know that they're all displaying properly. I think one of my websites isn't properly displaying. I have to run the test tonight. So that'll be the other thing I'm working on. So I'm going to let you go right now and continue driving, because now I'm just going to listen to a podcast, drive, take a book back to the library, go for a walk, and then have dinner, and then finally get into cutting, sewing, and website assessment, threat assessment of website, and what is going to happen with it tonight. Will I be able to get everything ready for next week? Probably. I can probably get some semblance of a website ready to go for next week. Ideally, I have a beautiful, crisp, clean website ready to go for next week, but I'll take a functional website running next week. Anyway, so without further ado, I will update you as I go, and yeah, I'll talk to you all in a little bit. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning, and I am, hold on here, so yesterday I got part of one thing I wanted to get done. And it's because I was busy considering things. Things just took a lot longer. It was a Monday night, but like, things have a tendency to take longer on a Monday night, so I need to be more forgiving with myself, and I usually am. It's that, I'd like to get things done like Mondays and Fridays. Mondays, I'm trying to get started, so I'm hoping I can get stuff done. Fridays, it's the end of the week, and I'm going to try and get as much done as I can, and then rest. So, bookends there. But last night, I got a little bit of stuff cut out. That's about it. I wrote down a list of some things that I wanted to work on later, but yeah, it was a very lackluster. It was productive in that I planned out what I was going to be doing for the week as far as cutting and everything, cutting out stuffies and what that was going to look like. So there was that. I'm not going to spend too much time talking right now, because I am going to launch right into, I have a bunch of video editing to get done, and then I also have I've been doing like some minor stuff around the office, and I need to get some more admin tasks done. I need to continue on the website, and I can't do that I can't do that when I'm talking. And also, yeah, I'm kind of multitasking though, because I'm going to be video editing and working on the website. Don't ask. Anyway, that's pretty much everything for this morning. I plan to get more work done today than I did yesterday, but I still have to go back to the library because I thought I took back all the books, and then I got home and I found one of the books that was due yesterday sitting right there. So as a result, I am taking more books back to the library, and I'm going to also reevaluate some of the books I have here, and I'm going to go from there. Anyway, I'll talk to you all in a little bit. Alrighty. Alrighty. I am done work again. It is. Ugh. Yeah, so heading home. I have books with me to take back to the library that I'd forgotten to take back, except there's another other book that I didn't grab, so I'm just going to have them be 2 days overdue and make sure I take back all the books that I'm going to take back, which sounds really minor. But by the way, it is Tuesday afternoon, because I realized I think I've been forgetting to say what day of the week it is in the afternoon. What am I going to do tonight? Well, tonight I need to cut out some more dragons, and I also need to cut some more dragons out. Then I also need to work on the website. So because of last night, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the website first. Well, first I have dinner. But after dinner, I'm going to work on the website, and then I'm going to after dinner, I'm going to go and work on the website for comics, and then I'm going to work on the dragons. Because last night, part of it had to do with me trying to pick out fabric and figure out what my pattern combinations are. So that took a little bit of time. I'm kind of excited because I just got in the mail. I got a rotary cutter for my scan and cut, which means I can cut and a mat for cutting fabric. So I can just, with smaller pieces, I can just put them on the mat and cut them for applique and stuff like that, which makes me really excited. Really, really, really liking this. It also means that I can scan in if I already have a pattern in my computer, I can just load it in there and then cut it that way. Theoretically, this should speed up the dragon cutting if I can get it to do that, but it's going to take some time, so I'm not going to try it right now because I'm not going to cut it. I'm not going to try practicing cutting them right now because I'm getting ready for an event, and my rule of thumb is to never try and implement new software, hardware, or any new tools when you're trying to get ready for an event. Why? Because you're building a new process, and you should never build a new process when you're in the middle trying to get ready for an event, and you have a very, very tight deadline. I don't have a tight deadline, but I do have a deadline, and I don't want to end up trying to fight with the new process, trying to get the hang of everything while I'm trying to get ready for an event. It just leads to sadness, and it's extra headache that I do not need. I would rather just not have the stress and just be able to like fool around with it and see what it does, and then be able to implement it that way. So yes. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for tonight, because it's going to be just sort of cutting out stuff, and also, yeah, cutting out stuff and working on the website. I'll probably show you little updates of the website, maybe, we'll see, depends. Alrighty, talk to you in a bit. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning, and I am going to be working, hop right into it. I'm working on video editing, plus I need to get my my webcomic situated for Isaac and Lee. It's a long story, but I'm basically mirroring an old site onto a new site that theoretically will get more traffic, just due to the nature of the website. Basically, I'm going from my WordPress self-hosted to WordPress, my WordPress.com, a WordPress.com site that I just created. I created a while ago. But I've been mirroring the sites because what WordPress.com does is that because of the way I've been on WordPress.com for a long time. I basically navigated from LiveJournal. How old this is? From LiveJournal to that WordPress, and I have a bunch of sites that are spiraled off of that, and they all are because they're all connected. So every time I create a new website, it just feeds back to all the people who are on that get introduced to my new website. So they've been able to like track me through these various iterations. As a result, like I did this as an experiment because I wanted to see if I could get more traction on a WordPress.com, just because you'd get views through these things called blog rolls and things like that would like connect you to other websites, and so I have a following that's built up through that audience. But what I've been doing is basically just mirroring my old web page onto the new site. I am then going to. I'm waiting for them to get synced up so I can just do like a straight across. But right now, I have to keep on updating. So every once in a while I go in and I'll do a batch, and then again. Speaking of batching, I'm working on trying to finish up this next story. This has taken way too long because I've been splitting my focus on other things, and I haven't been focusing on comics so much. So I'm trying to get back into focusing back on comics, even though the problem being is that focusing on comics is a labor of love and not something that's going to make me money. But it's labor of love, and I owe it to myself to try and finish this story, at least the story arc. I want to finish the story arc before I say, okay, I'm done with the comic. I mean, and I have other comics to work on, but I want to focus on just getting this finished, and then I can go on to other stories as I put this on a permanent hiatus. That's a ways off though. I'll probably be working on other comics in between that, but I just have to kind of get my process down to being able to like move easily between comics and editing. And this has been a struggle for a very long time. And now I've just thrown in stuffy making into it as well. So it's stuffies, it's also artwork and comics and and publishing my dad's books. So there's just so much stuff going on there. But without further ado, I have video editing to get done, and I would like to get this set up. Plus, I also have to, there's a lot of stuff that have to get done. So I will talk to you in a bit. Okay, so I'm off work, and I have to go back to the library again. Now, normally I would, my original plan was to wrap in some work at the library, kind of just have a nice little quiet place to work on. But my stomach is not happy with me right now. So what I'm going to do instead is I am taking library books back, and I'm going to pardon me, library books back, and then just go straight home and just do work at home. But I really want to try and focus on the work I'm doing at home, because I wanted to get to the library because it's a nice quiet place to and that's because I had to take back books anyway that I forgot. So and in saying that, now it's a matter of being just, my brain just shut down at that point again. This is what happens when I am trying to record after I got off work. My brain is trying to shift into gears, and it's just not having it. But that's fine. Today is Wednesday. I'm halfway through the week, and I like to have a bit of a downtime on the Wednesdays anyway. Basically, Mondays, forget it. Tuesdays, yes. Wednesdays, it's downtime. And then Thursdays, work again, and then Fridays, forget it. Which means I only have 2 productive days in the week, but that's not true. Wednesday, tonight, I have some plans. I have some thoughts. But mostly I really, 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 really want to try and make sure I've got the websites up and running for Isaac and Lee so they can be relaunched in less than 2 weeks. Yeah, basically a week and a half, because I want it to go live on October 1st. So we'll see how well that works out for me. Was that well planned? Not really. Am I probably trying to do too much? Probably. But yeah. So I have some really good ideas about pardon me, lose my voice again. I have some really good ideas about consolidating things, or just even setting things as bundles. Yeah. I have some really cool ideas that I want to put into play. It's just going to take a lot of work and a lot of product photography and stuff like that. But I'm also, right now, I'm in the middle of working on prototyping, which means different things to different people. For me, it's because I'm going to be, because of the stuffies. I have ideas to go along with those. But right now, I'm creating and practicing sewing different types of styles of stuffed animals that I'll just then turn around and sell. But they're going to be they're just my practice runs, so there's going to be flaws in them. Whereas my finished products will have fewer to less flaws in them. I won't say no flaws because they're being hand sewn. So hand sewn denotes they aren't being perfect for that exact reason. but at the same time they're going to be considered artisan because hand sewn. Well, machine hand sewn, like not mass produced anyway. Not yet. That's some ways off. We're not even there yet, despite what Matt thinks. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for right now. So I'm gonna let you go. And if something else occurs to me that I want to talk about, then I will turn back on the video. I will talk to you in a little bit. Okay, so this is me working on more dragons. The red, the polka dotted dragon with the blue underwing was really popular, the tiny one, so I'm doing a larger one, and then I'm doing a mid-sized one, and then doing another tiny one again, and we'll see how they work out. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday morning, and I am doing more video editing. Yeah, I don't know. Last night, I was determined to try and work on something. I think part of my problem was that because my plans got disrupted. So I didn't do what I wanted to do, and I ended up having to come straight home. Like I went to the library, but I didn't stay at the library like I planned on doing. And that little tiny moment of like not actually going to the library and sitting down and giving myself a different space to work in, it kind of messed with my plans. And as a result, I was distracted, and I was trying to sit and work on stuff, and I did force myself to do a little bit, but not like, but I basically sat there and forced myself to try and work on stuff, and nothing was coming out the way I wanted it to. I ended up doing some research on something totally different. It was kind of disappointing, but that's just the way it is. Sometimes you have those moments where where you just can't focus, and you can either fight. I have a tendency to fight it. What I need to start working on doing, and I've been trying to do this for a while, is find that moment when you realize, okay, this isn't going to work. And sometimes I can do it quite well. I can like go, okay, this isn't working. I'm going to change gears. I'm going to do something else. Last night was not that night. Last night I was just like, I need to get this done. And I was so stubborn that I just sat there and didn't get anything done when I could have just switched over. And I did eventually later on in the night switch over to a different thing. But it was just such a slog. And I don't know that I succeeded in anything that way, but maybe that's something that happens to you. Do you ever have issues where you're like creatively when you're trying to work on a thing and it just doesn't happen, and you're just still trying to get this thing done, but it's just, you're spinning your wheels? Like usually when that's happening, as soon as you start spinning your wheels, it's a good idea just take a step back, go on to something else. Different art project, different creative thing. Even just stepping away from all things creative and just going for a walk or something. That's the best idea at that point. Or for me anyway. I find that for me. What do you do when you get to that point? Let me know down below. Anyway, that is all I'm going to say for right now, because I have more video editing to do. I will be doing this for the foreseeable future until I get caught up. It's going to happen. I'm just not sure when. There we go. I know there was like a week that I didn't record, so maybe you help me catch up. But until then, I will talk to you all again soon. Okay, so I am back again. I'm off work, and like, I don't know what it is with this week. This week is really the week where I just take back one library book at a time, or I attempt to take back library books. It's just the way. Like, I don't know. I tried to get all of them. I missed one. I missed two. Thought I had one of them. Returned one. And then there's still another one that was overdue anyway. So now I'm back there going to the library a third time to go, hi everybody. Yes, I am that person. But this time I actually brought stuff with me to work on. The only thing is that I now have to do, I was ordering material, and I have to adjust the order because on the site it looked like, I thought it was like, so this will be a Canadian problem only. So in Canada, we use a metric system. So therefore you can have mistakes like, I thought I was ordering a meter when I actually am only ordering 10 centimeters. So that's a problem. One unit is 10 centimeters, which is really great for them because that means that the fabrics that they're selling is like, you can get like really, really detailed with what you're selling. However, the problem with that is that by only, if you're like not paying attention, or if you're not really sure, which is, oh my goodness, this is where things are going to be really, really hilarious when I get home. Because I bought like a sample from them, essentially, what it turned out to be. I got like, I got like what I thought was 2 meters, only 2 centimeters, or sorry, 20 centimeters. 2 centimeters would have been worse, but it was 20 centimeters. And then because he's local, that's the other nice thing. He's local, so I'm calling him. He emails me yesterday, and he's like, because I made a big order. I'm like, well, this is amazing. Thought it would be a little too much to be true, but like, I thought they were doing liquidation sale, so really, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is just liquidating. And they've always had really, like, their physical store has always been really, really, really good, like really, really cheap, like amazing stuff, ridiculously cheap. So I did place this huge order because, well, I thought it was huge at the time. Turned out it's not. Like, I got like, was it 50 different fabrics set aside. So these poor people, and like at like it was something like some of these things were like $1.20, which is like, for like a meter it'd be like $12 a meter. Not a problem, makes sense. But we're like I said, I thought it was a liquidation sale. So I'm buying up everything. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is great. Because I knew that he's like liquidating to try and close down his store. We can reopen it as like an online only shop, or however he's going to re-envision it. But needless to say, I didn't get the email because I went to my junk folder, so I finally found it today. And he's like, "Are you sure about this?" And I'm like, I better email. So I emailed him, and then I'm like, I waited. He didn't email me back right away, and I'm like, well, they're gonna close soon, so I better get this all sorted out. So I told him, I'm just gonna. I called him, so he's like, we kind of thought it was a little bit strange. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the app that we were using is a little bit weird. He's like, yeah, we had to like rig it so we could kind of get it down because people were buying more material than they wanted because they had it set as a specific default and it wasn't working for them, so they had to adjust it so that they could actually like sell portions of a meter. So then after I emailed him, didn't get a response from him, I call him and I'm like, hi, yeah, let's yeah, I need to reorganize this because this is not what I meant. He's like, we kind of figured. So now tonight I have to go through everything and figure out and see if I can get the app to work on my computer. Either that or else I'll just have to I'll just email him and then he'll like either send me an invoice for the difference if there's more, or if there's less, then whatever, store credit. But I'm gonna try and at least I would rather it be more, because if I do even if it turns out to be like $10 more, that way I can just fudge it. But needless to say, that was a little bit crazy. Yeah, and it was going to drive them all crazy too, because I can just imagine having to try and cut out 50 different material, like these are 50 different bolts, and they're like really big. If you've never seen bolts of fabric, they're big, they're bulky. So I'm just envisioning now they have 50 bolts of fabric set aside for me right now. And I need to also go onto their Shopify store so I can confirm the amount of fabric, because some of it, there's only a certain amount left, because they really are like liquidating. So I'm gonna have to go through there and find the things that are find any of the fabrics that are almost. It's gonna be long and arduous, but at the end of the day, I'll have the material that I want, which is gonna be in the back of my head now. So I don't even think I'm gonna stay at the library today. I think I'm just gonna drop off the books and then go home, because I still have to figure out. There's just no way. I still have to figure out all this, and it's gonna take me a while, and it's gonna be preying on the back of my head. And for someone who wasn't thinking about doing plushies originally, this is, and was nervous about it, although I'm feeling more emboldened. What I need to do now is I need to make a bunch of plushies, and I need to do product photography of them. I haven't been. I mean, I took some, but they aren't they're just really quick shots so that they can be done, because I ended up selling a bunch of them anyway. So I think I sold out of the tiny beanies right away at the previous show. So now I have to I don't think I have any of them at all. I'll have to go to double check. I'm pretty sure I don't have any small beanies. Yeah. So that's gonna be my day. Is gonna be, which is what makes it worth it for being able to sew it. Plus, I have to go through and organize patterns. And one of the things I was doing last night was trying to, because I wanted to get specific specific a specific pattern for, and I have it in my head now. I'm gonna probably have to end up drafting myself. Like some of it is based on other patterns, but some of it's gonna have to be created from my brain, which is fine. I've seen other, like, that's the nice thing is that I'm able to um, see the figures, see how they're put together, and then I can actually do my own pattern because I've done enough patterns over the years that I know how things go together. And I have a really great idea in the back of my head. And it's funny because I'm even looking at patterns right now and I'm thinking of like, what would I do to improve on these patterns to like make them look, because these are cool, but I can improve on them and make them better, which gets me kind of happy because it means that I'm like not just doing the same old, same old. And also, I never thought I'd say this, but I really kind of want to not go back to the traditional jointed teddy bear idea, because I have like goblins that I made that were like made the same way, like traditional old school teddy bears with like joints, pulley joints that move and turn, and they're cool in their own way, but they're not. I think I can do better. I feel like I can do much more. I don't know, not even, well, sort of detailed, more detailed in that they'll be more adorable. At any rate, this has been a really long update for the evening, for Thursday evening. So at this point, I'm going to stop talking and I will talk to you all later. Good morning. It is Friday morning. Okay. So I am going to pop in and just get right into working on video editing. I'm really feeling it this week. I have not been getting, like, last night Matt and I ended up talking, and so I just didn't do any work at all. But that's also because before that I had to like redo an order because it was entirely wrong. So I had to resubmit an order, and that took me like an hour and a half. Lessons were learned, let me tell you. But oh my gosh, it was just bad. It was just pure bad. Like I said, lessons were learned. Um, yeah. Please know, if you're ever buying anything of large stock, make sure you've gotten like a list of it and like the amounts and everything like that somewhere else. I mean, that could just be a life lesson because you say that you need to be all organized for your home business, but you should probably also be organized in your life as well, like your personal life. So really, if you're ordering a large amount of anything, you should just keep track of it, especially like if you're doing an online order. That way, if something happens, you can, like, if you have to adjust things, you can always go back in and just, anyway, neither here nor there. That was a lot of pain. That was a lot of time that I can never get back. And also the library books. So I mean, it's a no, like, all of it kind of leads into a bigger thing of me just needing time to, like, I need some downtime. Because I haven't had any like days off in a very long time. Like, I have like the long weekends, but the long weekends I've been working through, so they aren't really downtime. I'm taking some time this weekend. because I'm going to be working on stuff other than books, artwork, or sewing. I'm going to be probably doing those as well, but like that's not going to be the main focal point. I'm not going to have like something I'm trying to finish. So I'm hoping that that'll help with this, because I need to like, no, I mean, I know that I'm in to some amount of burnout right now. And so I'm just trying to manage and work carefully and slowly through the burnout, and being very, very patient with myself right now. Yeah. So right now I'm going to go in, I'm going to edit some videos, and then we're going to see what else happens. But I'm not going to try to do anything. If I can pick away at something, I will. But I'm just throwing out schedules right now. I have a plan for this weekend though, like, because I'm going to essentially have 4 days off. And the first 2 days, I'm not doing anything. There's just complete relaxing. I'm cleaning out my storage area, that sort of thing. I'm gonna take 2 days to do that, and then on the Monday, Tuesday, I'm gonna reestablish a routine that I'm gonna try and set up for like going forward. What my routine is going to look like, roughly, because I'm still gonna sleep in on those days, but I'm gonna just have like the routine that goes throughout the day, just so I can like have that, yeah, build it back up. Routine, like rest, reset, routine is the goal. That is what I'm studying it out right now, because I'll look back on this and go, did this actually work or not? Which I always find really interesting in my videos, going back and going, well, that didn't work, or that worked really, really well. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, question for you guys. Do you guys take time to like reset and refocus yourself, or are you able to just sort of work through burnout and just I don't think anyone does that, but I just like to hear your stories as well. So feel free to comment down below. Alrighty, I'm going to talk to you in a little bit. Editing Beth here. I once again did not do a sign off, so here's my sign off now. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Like I said, I didn't have as much, I didn't feel like I was working on as much art stuff in this one. But that's fine, and just wait for it. This leads into a whole entire thing. Yeah, you can see coming down the pipe what's going to happen next. I'm specifically talking about it. I'm talking about burnout, trying to be careful with myself. Just you wait for the next video. Anyway, I'll talk to you all again really soon in the next video. Have a great day.